And you should be going.
Welcome back, one and all, to Oathbound Roads. So, the Unbowed currently find themselves in the city of Alpench, a coastal area that Vask, the human sorcerer, once called home for many years. Last session began with them on an outing in progress with his old friend and flame, a changeling that went by Wick and many other names depending on their mood.
God, I forgot Wick.
Whoa.
There you go.
Roboted there for a second.
Whoops. Oh no.
There you are.
Missed the
There.
roboting. I was just laughing.
You're
It's
good.
like, flame, wick.
Either way, the gang embarked on some individually sought business ventures. Vask managed to, through tactical use of his tragic backstory, secure one
Hey.
hefty of a good deal on getting an item enchanted. It was a genuine sharing of a traumatic backstory, at least. Searching within the Sapphire Citadel yielded some monetary reward and some opportunities to learn things, though not too much in the way of information was found that they were all looking for. While this went on, the nerds going about their nerd business, the team jock was outside and punched Wick in the arm really hard.
I got max damage. I feel bad.
After a
I
brief
wasn't-
period... Go ahead.
I wasn't trying to kill Vask's ex-boyfriend.
It is what it is. Either way, after a brief period of libations and relief at the Copper Codpiece Tavern by the wharf, the gang prepared to return back to the errantry to sleep for the night before the curfew went into effect, when they were greeted by a mysterious fog, heavy rain, and a friggin' snallygaster coming up out of the lake. The creature moved about sneakily from rooftop to rooftop, beat the ever-loving shit out of the party spellcasters, and then slinked away before the marshals could reach it. It was put down with a point-blank shotgun blast from Hildegard's Cone of Cold spell, bringing it down, attracting the attention of the guards who now know your faces. Fun fact. And
Yeah.
you were all sent back, told that you would not get any trouble over this exact instance. It was a pretty justified reason to break a curfew. But not all of them returned back to their place of residence. One of them, Jeddah, silly Jeddah, has gone off to a place where people go to get laid. But not for that reason. She's more interested in the pillow talk side of it, I guess.
Yep.
So, with that, we return to Alpench. It's still in the middle of the night. Still quite heavy rain coming down. You can feel your boots sloshing and
Yeah.
squishing in the mud. At your arrival at the Velvet Worm went without incident, in no small part due to Vask's invisibility magic.
Yeah. I had considered going to peek on the Jarl's Keep, but not enough time.
Timing, what? Also, you gotta mess through the link. Tell me when to turn it off.
Yeah. I did that right before we ended. Was I got to the
Yeah.
door, did a
Yeah,
peek
you-
around to make sure no one was looking at me.
It lingers. It lingers for a few seconds just before finally fading.
Cool.
Just to fuck with you.
Fuck you.
All right, did it work?
Okay. I can see. I can't see myself.
Oh, dang, it's supposed to have worn off by now.
Guess I gotta contact a wizard doctor.
You know,
Fuck.
just slap something. Oh, yeah, the invisibility would turn off.
Yeah. All right. Once it wears off, I will. She'll put a smile on, not like exuberant smile, but just pleasant. Maybe a little tired because No, wait, no. I had come inside and I had like the blood coming out of my ears.
Yes, you technically already had. Yes, you have entered in.
Yeah.
You've been cleared to enter by people. They are aware of you arriving earlier that day. There were
Yeah.
comments about how you're technically breaking curfew and they don't want trouble brought down on them from this, but you have been allowed inside.
And I
So-
got the like, didn't I get like a badge?
That was everybody else. He only had-
right.
The captain
'Cause I
only
went
had
separate
one.
way. Yeah.
So, looking around a little more so inside as you enter into the main chambers of the Velvet Worm, it's definitely trying very hard to look like a place where you can lay down and relax. There are lots of lounge chairs, things you can lay on. Everything's velvety, everything's plush. Fabric's expensive and definitely looks like it's been cleaned regularly. It's almost too clean.
Yeah, it's a little much, but it also kind of stands out. Like here in Alpens, where everything's kind of
Yeah.
damp.
Mhm. It's fairly light in there. You can see some folk walking around, sitting down, talking. Most of them appear to work there, as best you can tell. There's a little quick
Okay.
glances and then back to business. Well, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
You have been pointed
Doesn't
out
look like
to
there's
the...
many people in here tonight.
Nope.
Huh.
None that you could see out in the open.
Slow night.
Curfew, one of the workers says. Two of them just playing a board game, basically.
Oh, I'd imagine that if they spent the night in here, that they'd be fine.
Yeah. You'd think so. So one of them
I
says,
did-
making a sick move and overpowering their opponent.
I did let the guard know that I had to come here because there was a monster attack.
Thought I heard a racket outside.
Yeah, we killed it, but she like points to the blood.
That would explain the
yeah.
blood, yes. I mean, you're not the first adventurer to come in here right after a fight.
Yeah, I'm not here for. See, I was gonna say I'm not here for business, but I don't know if that really. Anyway, Lady Alba,
It's like, upstairs.
any specific which room, or will I now have an idea?
You'll know.
Thank you. Nice
Good
move, by
night.
the way.
Thank you. And here comes another one. As you leave, just as soon as you get out of view going up the stairs, you hear a son of a bitch from the other worker.
And I will head up the stairs.
All right. Even the stairs themselves are covered and fairly cushioned. They do not make a ton of sound as you go up and down. You're primarily just getting the smell of incense. The wood is a reddish mahogany sort of tint to it all over the place. So there's a faint smoky quality to the air, though it definitely looks like this place could go. It looks like this place is running at a 4, and it could definitely run at a 10 if it wanted to. It's not trying as hard as usual.
Yeah, there's not any business, so they're not putting on the business face.
Yep. Either way,
I'd like to perception. Just listen for anything's weird.
sure. 15. Okay. Pretty good. Okay. Oh, all right. After you leave, you look down, you can see those same two workers. You can see them whispering amongst themselves,
Oh,
kind of looking in the direction you walked in for a moment. But as you try to listen in, you notice one of their heads tilt in your direction. You realize that you were spotted. Not in a, oh shit, we've been had kind of way, but in a, oh, we have company again still. Looks back and goes, do you need us to point out the way, or do you see it?
Do I see it?
Well, there are several doors all along this hallway to the upper floor and balcony, but there's one of them in particular down at the end that is far less ornamental than the others.
Oh, okay. I think I've got it. She was like a sheepish smile. Thank you. And she'll rush, she'll head towards that door.
Yep. And as you arrive, you can see there is just a little gold plaque on there with just management written on it. Pretty easy to spot.
All right. I'll knock on the door.
Yep. A strong, resounding knock echoes out over it, and you are quickly met with a, come in.
Open the door.
Yep.
Step inside.
Entering in, you are greeted with a pretty well decorated area. There's a there's definite signs of a person the person using this room enjoying status and enjoying nice things. There's fine pottery, various bits of artisanal goods and the like scattered here and there. Little statues, lots of precious metals, gems in places. And sitting at a desk with a mug of tea, you see this
Yeah.
figure.
Aw.
And at your feet, very rapidly, you are greeted by a shag carpet of a cat.
Cat.
The cat is actually Nern's sister.
Hello, Lady Elba.
Me, yes. So you're the one that I was told about this morning.
Yes. You were asleep when I arrived.
That I was. You can come in. Close the door behind you.
Okay. So careful not to step on the cat. Close the door. I am Mercy.
So you are?
I supposed to ask for extra wax.
Ah. See, takes a long sip of the tea and sets it down on the table, scoots it away. That kind of business.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting anyone.
There's been some unexpected things happening.
That's the world we live in. Well, out with it then.
Sorry.
Out with it.
I have unfortunately have some very bad news. Your brother Nern.
You see her eyes narrow a bit. You could see the jaw tighten and clench.
Yeah. Did he ever tell you about his assistant friend? Furbolg?
That has been mentioned, yes.
I'm very sorry. didn't know he had a sister. I, the lives we live, I can see why he'd keep to himself. I am the Furbolg. And Nern is no longer with us.
Just unblinking, unmoving. The green eyes just feel like they're boring holes into your head.
She does kind of shrink. I'm sorry. We known him for a while. He was very important to me.
It's just the kind of person he was. I believe you. You'd have no reason to come here and share that.
Would it?
How did it happen?
It's complicated.
I'm good at complicated.
Well, a wannabe godling experimented and tortured him with, I think, time magic even, when I found him just before he died. So according to this wannabe godling, Nerd's consciousness was absorbed into it. I don't know how much of that I believe. But he has a grave now. Complicated.
Quite a story.
Yeah. Throws up her arms. Early winter, he was messing around with time magic. He didn't ask me to do this, but I found his contacts in the root cellar. He had notes about his contacts and what to say to, show that you were trustworthy. I've been dreading this. That man saved my life, and I couldn't save his.
There always was a bleeding heart. Ever since we grew up together in Danograd, just running through alleys, jumping on rooftops, trying to get away from anything, just to see if we could get food for people in the Enclave.
Aww. He, I, had, something happen that I lost people. I'm sure you know what that's like with the lives we live. And I got drunk. I'd get drunk a lot, actually. And I got so drunk one night that I forgot to put on my face. and Nern found me before anyone else could. And he helped me get back on my feet.
He did write and mention a furbolg working for him.
Nat, yes.
Never
I'd
mentioned
turn
your
it.
name beyond that.
I'd show you, but I don't know if my current clothes could fit that face.
I'd never seen an image or anything.
Did he say anything about me?
Mentioned he'd hired you on, that you were one of us. Never mentioned much beyond that.
I do respect. I do appreciate my privacy. He took care of a lot of the college kids.
That's what he wanted. That's why he was stationed up there. It's a good place for them to hide, especially as things boil over south of here.
Yeah. Do you know? I don't know what name to use for him. The actor?
Oh. Vaguely recall. He's an infrequent sight. We largely walk in different circles. I'm aware of him.
Yeah.
Them. He's
Like what?
a little more loose sometimes, depending on what theater they're performing at.
I'm. He walked behind the building and came out with a different face. I was not prepared for how casual he was about it. I'm kind of impressed, but also extremely worried about his safety. Don't tell him I said that.
I doubt I'll run into him to do so.
I'm sorry, this is very awkward.
Thank you for coming and sharing that with me. That can't have been easy. Narn is someone of the oldest family I've had. He served a valuable role, even if he was a little out of the way.
Is there more family, or is it just you two?
Just us. Just me.
I have. If there's anything I can do, the Reich is in Alpench.
More than aware. The Reich was in the last correspondence I had from him, said the Reich was up in there in Hibrana as well.
Yeah, saw some things that I didn't expect.
Your story borders on unbelievable.
Trust
Honestly.
me, I lived it, and I still can't entirely believe it. I'm a back alley brawler, not a high wizard. Maybe once upon a time I'd have understood it better, but here we are.
Did he say anything to you when you found him?
thought he'd have more time. Was there anything else he had said, Phoebe? It's been a while.
That was basically it in terms of what you saw from the one you found inside of the basement. It's
Yeah.
mostly just shock at the sudden expiration.
Nothing specific besides surprise.
Do you have a name?
Yeah, it's Jeddah.
Not what I meant, Jeddah.
What?
His killer.
What about him?
I want a name.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. The Wizard College is trying to find a way to kill him, and they're the one. If anyone has a shot at doing it, it's them. And I'd rather not spread that information more than I already have. I've only told you because you're Nern's sister, and I trusted him, and trusted you. This information about this wannabe godling, it cannot leave this room. It's as important to keep hidden as our identities. Maybe more so, even.
There's just a long sigh, eyes closed. Very easy to see there is frustration beginning to boil up under the surface.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just tell me what you're going to do about it.
We stopped him. We stopped what he was trying to do. He was going to try and ascend to actual godhood, and we stopped him. And he got locked up. I won't tell you where. And the people who would have an idea of how to do it are trying to figure out how to get rid of him. He seemed immune to death by conventional means.
You can go.
What?
You can go.
Insight?
If you want to.
I would like to, yes. Yeah, and I'm gonna use a moxie point to get advantage. $19.
Pretty good. All right. The abrupt, sudden end of the conversation and her essentially telling you to leave. The more you try to peer in and see, the more you realize this person has a lot of layers under them, and you're not sure where this is coming from just at a glance. It could be fury, barely contained over the fact that you're not sharing information. It could be a lack of trust. It could be that she thinks you're lying. There is a clear sign that there is dissatisfaction with this conversation and that she does not want to have it anymore. The core underlying reason beneath it, you cannot directly ascertain.
I want to do good in his name. That's the only thing I can do for him. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
there.
Just... I believe you.
I don't know if you do.
But he's still dead.
He is.
There's still information compromised. And you're here to remind me of the fact of that. And every moment I look at your face increases the anger in me, and I can't think clearly. I'd like you to go.
I'll go. I'm sorry. She'll leave.
Yep. As you leave, you can faintly hear the sound of shattered porcelain on the wall.
Oh.
Something small, likely a thrown teacup.
She'll step away and then just by one of the other doors, lean back against the wall, and just slide down. I'm sorry. I thought it would be the right thing to tell her. Not just let her think you were still alive. Maybe I should have. What do I do? You were always better at this stuff than me. What can I do? She looks back towards the door. Stands back up, goes back over and knocks again.
There is no answer.
Is the door locked?
If you attempt to turn it, yes, it is locked.
Lady Alba. You're angry. You have your right to be. There's not much. I don't know what I can do, but I can do one thing. If you'll let me.
No response.
I can come in whenever I want.
That's breaking and entering.
It is.
I'll show you how much I care about you by destroying your livelihood.
I can't tell you everything, but I can You're furious at me, and I can let you let some of that out. You're not gonna get. We're the only people he has. We were the people closest to him. I don't want to leave on this note. Please.
You wait, and no answer comes.
Fuck. I shouldn't figure out what to do now. Fuck.
Well, I say you just take the L. There's no reason you can't come back later.
I guess.
Sometimes you just gotta give people time and distance.
Yeah. Because imagine if someone dropped that information on Jetta. She would not be open to, hey, it's all right. I'm here for you. She'd want to go fucking punch something.
Yeah. That's what. I mean, that's kind of what she was trying to offer was, hey, you can punch me. I'm tough.
Not everyone's a jock. I'm sorry.
She'll head back downstairs.
All right. Reception from anybody you see down there is noticeably colder than before. It's gone from off-duty workers to customer service face telling you that you need to leave with their body language.
She can't leave.
They fuck no, she's leaving. She's just going.
All right. Back out into the rain you go. It's late and it's dark. Not a soul to be seen out there in the streets.
I'm gonna head towards the Earl's Keep.
Okay. As you walk that way towards the Central Plaza and the Market District, with your dark vision, it does not take you long to see a lot of gray pikes with torches walking around that area.
Okay. Have we been here long enough for my stuff to kick in?
I'd say so.
Okay. Let me think. Like to. I don't trust my stealth enough to sneak by them. How many guards are there?
It's a pretty big square, but this is also right near the seat of power in this region. There are dozens of them. After a monster attack earlier, especially, they seem on pretty high alert. If they had dark vision, they probably would have seen you just being out and about.
Yeah. All right, I'll head back the other way.
All right.
Start heading towards the inn, keeping my eyes peeled for guards.
With your pugilist abilities, now that you've spent a couple days in the city, you have a pretty good feel for things.
Yeah, I can move extremely fast inside a settlement I'm familiar with.
There's no easy way immediately back. You have to wind your way around and cut through the market area to reach the errantry. And it takes a little bit.
Yeah, but now that I'm this far, like when I get closer towards the errantry, is this place look guarded?
Yeah, it's a guarded gatehouse.
How many guards are there?
About 8.
Oh, okay. Can I see another way out of the wall?
Make a perception check.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh.
Nope. Dark, rainy. Everything you see with the old patchier stonework looks very slick, very grimy. You highly doubt you could climb over the wall for something like this.
Fucking wish Wick was here. He'd know way out of here. Gonna look for the window to our room.
Yeah, that's easy enough to sneak around behind the errantry and climb up into it.
Yeah,
You have a grappling
Do
hook,
that.
don't you?
I do.
So yeah, what is the bunking arrangement between the 5 of you right now? Who's sleeping where in the 2 rooms you've got? Who's your roomie?
Usually the guys and girls, right?
I think so.
Could have just been whatever, but
You guys can pick whatever you want. I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah.
I trust y'all will leave room for Jesus.
Yeah, according to my line of reasoning, every room should have 1 marshal and 1 caster at least.
it's not bad.
Party
That's the-
balance.
That's the D&D equivalent.
But also, guys and girls, I need to stress, I am neither.
There's also that.
Oh no.
Gender
just put-
fluid, room
Variable.
fluid. It's like, I will bunk where I please. Well, there's
I'll
only 2
sleep in the
beds.
crawl space between the walls. So, if you guys don't decide, then we'll just go with, the quite battered and bruised Vara and Hildegard. As you guys are laying down getting cozy, Hildegard, you are treated to your birds squawking very loudly as a fucking grappling hook hits the sill of the window.
The link should be open still, but this is funnier.
Yeah. She would have brought Laug inside because it's raining so heavily. So yeah, both the ravens are just puffed up and growling. She's bleary-eyed, looking at it, raising a hand, measuring out an eldritch blast, and then she's like,
And you see pink
oh wait,
hair.
yeah, it's like, oh wait, it's Jetta. She's just gonna tap the birds and just go to sleep. She's just gonna lean back.
gets inside and it's just like peels off her soaking wet clothes and just fucking chucks them in a corner. Doesn't say anything. Gets into bed.
Are you supposed to be that wet after you come back from a brothel? Is that how that works? What do they do in there?
Vara, normally I really appreciate what you bring to a conversation. But if you talk to me too much longer, I might punch you.
Wow.
Oh, they blue-balled you, huh? She turns
punches
away
the
from you
wall?
and
She punches the wall really hard.
You just hear in your head, just keep it down over there, jeez.
This isn't funny, Vara. Pull a blanket over herself. And try and sleep.
All right. The amount of time it would have taken you to move around, even with your speed, you probably didn't get back until like approaching 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, no short rest for you, unfortunately.
Oh no.
You said, if I remember correctly, we can heal up to half our hit
Half
dice as a short rest? Or
Yeah, half of
rest, I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
so that's
I
good.
fucking need that. I got
You
it.
can
I got
drink
farts.
potions too if you need it. Take some meds. Get some Tylenol
Also,
on you.
people who went back and had dinner that Vask made would get the extra 1 per hit die rolled.
Oh, danke.
Yep, it's
Is that chef's proficiency?
Yep.
I have 0 constitution. So,
How do I have more constitution than you?
is it more than 10? Then yes.
It's a 13.
Yeah, she lost a lot. She lost a lot from her cleric days. It's partly why she's so pissy. Well, yeah, that low ass roll. Let's see. Okay.
Yay! Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are still gonna hurt in the morning.
Oh, I still gotta roll more because I'm not even close.
And you get a bonus for Vask.
Yeah, I know. I've been counting it. It's with rolling like ass. It's done jack shit for me.
We can only roll half of our level.
Half of our
So 6 dice.
I may as well just blow the other 3. You know.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea, unfortunately.
That's better. Plus 3.
Oh, come on.
15. Yeah.
Oh, that's much better.
A lot.
All right.
5.
17.
All right.
At least my spells come back pretty easily. All right, just over half. That'll have to do.
And 20 short.
Alrighty. Alright then. Let's see how the weather changes with the new day. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go back to the Sapphire Citadel and make sure we stake our claim on the Snallygaster remains. Also, they were going to figure out what they owe for or what they want to buy of the specialty stuff. The special spell spawn bits.
Mm-hmm.
Special spell spawn.
Special spell
Garm is
spot.
less concerned about the monetary gain from this creature and what they could learn from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
'Cause,
was weird.
He is a little suspicious that a fucking Fey monster just popped up and rampaged into a rather fortified town.
Yeah.
Opportunistic, like, feeders don't do that.
All right. So, dawn comes. The rain has died down, but it is still present. It's just not as heavy as it was during the previous night. You guys may rise and meet the morning however you so choose.
I tell the morning to fuck off.
You can sleep in a little if you need to. You'd have to
Yeah.
sleep through like well into the afternoon to actually get a short rest out of the deal, though.
You know what? Fuck it. She's going to.
Fair. Okay. You are the shut-in for the
Depression
day.
nap.
Yeah.
Bundle up in those
Depression nap.
blankets.
By which I mean half the day gone.
All right. All right. What does anybody have anything specific they're doing with the morning before they embark for things?
Aside
Zara-
from checking up on the beasts of burden, see how they're thinking of the
Yeah.
weather.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in while it's been raining. I'm assuming they're pretty good.
There's a stable. If you head out to check on them, Charger and Quill are perfectly content. This Biter did break out during the night and came back, so he has wet horse smell.
And wet blood smell.
Nah.
Yeah, noticing that is just. Hope you didn't cause too much trouble.
You visibly see him roll his eyes.
I know wolves aren't meant to be cooped up like this, but I hope we don't stay in the city much longer.
You make a perception check for me.
Sure thing. If it'll load. Loading, loading, loading.
There we go. 8. All right. Okay. So you proceed, start walking back towards the Aaron tree and the others. Just out of the corner of your eye, you can faintly see that there is a figure over there by the old druid shrine.
Thinking about it.
You almost pass by without a thought or consequence, but
Yeah, I imagine he just kind of notices out of the corner of the eye, like walks a little bit, then stops in his tracks because another thought just popped into his head. I think you established before that these are one of the druid shrines, and not.
The old gods are only really sought after and worshipped by druids these days.
Yeah. And druids would happen to know the most about, like, how Fey magic works.
They have experience dealing with glamour more than most. Yeah, you would have been taught that.
Yeah.
They're a secretive lot, but their knowledge is highly coveted in that realm.
He'll kind of turn on his heel and go to the shrine. He does. I don't imagine anything's going to be different from yesterday, but still, he's a little suspicious about everything going on.
Absolutely. So, as you approach and get closer and closer, you see the figure kneeling down at the base of the tree, a hooded cloak on. Somewhat earthen colors, but the closer you get, the more you realize, as this person stands up, they are surprisingly tall.
Hey,
They don't seem
Is it
to
a
pay you
bulb?
much mind.
Hmm. So they don't seem to care much for my presence.
It's more like they seem very zeroed in and focused on what they're doing at the base of the tree.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Well, might as well shoot the shot.
You're of the old faith.
Turns and you see a pair of goldenrod colored eyes looking down at you from a surprising height.
Same hat.
And you of the new. Looking down at the symbol on your neck.
Aye.
Of a sort.
He will step just a little bit closer to the shrine.
Yeah. I do respect the old ways. It's certain aspects of it appeal to me.
I would hope so. Without it, this world wouldn't exist.
Indeed. Though, I always have wondered. The old gods don't much talk to us anymore.
A matter of choice,
How do you keep faith?
Depends on what you need the faith for, I suppose.
Well, sometimes this world they've made doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But that isn't to say we haven't complicated things either. Apologies, I am a little out of sorts trying to put my head straight. I'll leave you to it then.
Is there something that you do need guidance with? I'm no master of my craft, but you wouldn't have come over here for no reason. I know a lost soul when I see it.
What do you know of the Sarkozy tribes that live in the area?
Hmm. Ain't had much of a run-in with him myself.
Well,
He's not sure if he should probably share this, but he's gonna.
I'm under the impression that someone is targeting them.
They're those who seek their own old ways, aren't they?
Come again?
I finally remembered. Those would sink their old ways. That's what they are. Something noble to that. I can't imagine going on not knowing where I came from. The agony.
It's a queer feeling being stuck up in here when I know there can be work done.
That I understand. This is just a halfway point for me as well.
Well, I won't pry into it. I only wish you good fortune on your journey.
You have a name, boy.
I do. If I will have yours.
There's a smile, and the eyes seem to change color just for a moment, take on a slightly richer, more saturated hue as they turn. It's a respectable caution.
The woods of Breveland have been quite unusual as of late.
Woods here have been sick for thousands of years. So much so the great circles and moots have all decided that it was best to just be left to rot.
And do you feel differently?
Still trying to figure that out. Where I come from, sharing a name is, well, an unusual thing. Something that seemed a bit more normal for our folk around here, but he interest to sharing, I suppose. You can call me Midge.
Midge. I am called Garm.
All right then, Garm. Yep. Is there anything else I can help you with? Any guidance? What little of it I'm qualified to provide. I'll be around. This tree's the one guiding light in this place of mire.
That is why I mentioned what I said before about, I believe the Sarkozy tribes are in danger. We came across a waystone.
What do you think dangers them?
Well, having done research into it, I would suspect it's someone of their own kind. Someone who's been cursed and exiled. Returned with a vengeance.
Yesterday.
Not an unusual tale for your folk.
I don't imagine that you've ever heard of a thrice accursed king.
I'd say as I have. Now it's my turn to inquire of you.
Fair enough.
Pulls back on the cloak a little bit, exposing, hanging from the hip, a sizable dagger made of carved bone, and 3 very bright feathers latched onto it.
It's you! Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing. Keep going.
You happen to know a thing or two about... You ever have seen any hide or hair or any sort of trail for what sort of creature bears plumage like this?
We've had close encounters. Always just missed it.
Where?
East of here.
And what way were it heading?
That was hard to discern, but it has been killing fellspawn, I know that much.
Hey, eating too much tainted meat can affect such a creature.
Perhaps. What I find unusual is that no one seems to have heard of such a creature before. And last night this town was attacked by another glamoured creature.
So I'd heard of the commotion. Went down to get a closer look myself in the aftermath. But it was already dead. All I heard tale of was a strange band what attacked it. And a boy with yellow eyes healing the sick.
Right.
You sure you don't know which way it might have gone?
Would I have to roll an intelligence of some kind to try to piece that together? It's been a while since we've
It has been a few
ran
days
across
since
it.
you saw it last, yes. Sure, an intelligence of some kind. Nature or survival, whichever one would fit the most for you. Just survival-based knowledge, tracking, things like that.
Oh damn.
It was headed northwest.
Yeah. Previously, his brain hadn't connected the dots. But I mean, he probably hasn't thought about the creature ever since we found all the signs of battle of another party trying to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was back when we were still investigating Thornwake. It's been probably more than a week.
Like
But
5 days at most, really.
Yeah.
okay.
It
6
didn't take
days,
us long to
actually.
get here.
6 days. It'd be 6 days.
Yeah. He hasn't thought about that thing in a week, and there's been more information in that time. But thinking about it now,
If I had to guess, it was heading.
he's gonna reach into his bag and pull out a map of the local area. Kind of trace his finger along it.
See.
Too much of a coincidence for my liking. It is in that direction that this king seems to be hunting other Sarkozy.
He's got a hand trails back to Alpench.
We're south of there.
Speak as though you aim to take this king's head.
Another of my order. She believed this king was a threat of some kind.
Threat to what? So let me go ahead and tell you. The history of humankind is one rife with such dangers. You tend to put the most dangerous ones in charge.
I don't know yet what is going on. But I can't sit by and do nothing about it.
Noble. Powerful.
Is there anything else you would have of me?
You've provided more knowledge than I've seen from this tree in any other place in weeks. I've traveled far looking for it.
I suppose it all depends on where you look. That is the strength of cooperation.
You
Your
might be
knowledge
right.
is not limited to yourself.
There is something to that, I suppose. Cooperating certainly in the nature of things.
I
Elgar, I won't be forgetting your kindness.
appreciate your openness as well.
And he will take his leave.
Yep. As you do, just the last glance you see of the figure is just them kind of not so much polishing the various stone ornaments and idols and the like around the roots of the tree. The moss is actually largely left alone on a few of them. Kind of almost looks like, well, as you're walking away, it's hard to glean exact details, but there are certain actions being performed on the little shrines.
He won't pry into it anymore. He'll head back into the errantry.
All right. Head back inside. I'm assuming the rest of the group is downstairs in the common room eating at this point.
Yep, Vask would have cooked.
Troutbone is grateful.
Hildegard would also take a plate up to Jetta and basically just put it beside her on the bed.
Nightstand.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. It was just I was kind of trying to call it a bed stool. I'm like, no, that's not right.
No,
Good.
you got a point.
Vegetable.
Bed stool.
Anyways, place it on the bed stool and you're gonna leave. It's just like Jetta will wake up and eat it, or she won't. She's not gonna poke the sleeping bear.
All right. So Garm enters in. Took a little longer than expected. Looking a little rain-soaked.
Shakes his head to get some of the water out.
Does his hair immediately just
Just a little bit. It's not a quite full body vigorous shake, so he's still a bit damp. He figures it's more polite though to get at the door and not leave it, drag all the dripping inside.
Oh, yeah, no.
He'll come over, sit down, take his plate.
Had a unexpected encounter outside.
Oh, what'd you see?
Some kind of druid at the shrine. Gave it the name of Midge.
That is interesting. I don't know too much about druids, but they, even if they have a shrine in the city, they tend to prefer shrines in the woods.
They're looking for something. They've seen the Sun Eater. Or at least they've collected a few of its feathers. They seem to be looking for the beast.
Are they hunting it?
I don't know. They didn't have the air of a glory seeker. If anything, they're worried about the beast's health.
I see.
Do they have anything to say about the glamored creature from last night?
They heard about it, saw the body. I shared my concerns that would make 2 fey creatures running about the countryside, at least.
Yeah.
Talking to them, though, I made a connection I hadn't previously.
Excuse me. That's 3 fake creatures. Thank you very much.
Well, if I'm going to start counting all the changelings, you're going to have to give me that list.
Doesn't exist.
Also, you
Exactly.
you guys aren't on a rampage across the countryside being
He
dickwads
didn't say
about it.
rampage. Sorry.
He's like, you're a fey person, not a fey creature. God.
God,
But,
Jenna is a creature. I'm sorry.
yeah. But
Just creeching all over.
returning to the trade of thought,
Talking to them, though, they inquired of the creature's direction, and I realized that it's heading northwest. Same general direction as our current quarry.
Excuse me.
I see.
Did this fellow say anything about that part of it?
What part?
Well, I'm
Ah,
guessing
the-
that you told him about, the correlation.
yes. They don't seem to know anything about our target either, but they did seem to caution against making presumptions. I don't know if this thrice accursed king really is a danger, but if it's going around eliminating all the other tribes, that's something worth investigating.
Yeah, there's not many of them left.
Even if somebody has a reason to be mad at people, I don't think the answer is to murder all of them.
Agreed.
That seems like a problem that we've, seen before. She gestures to the gate outside.
Mm-hmm. we happen to know of this, the Sarkozy are otherwise reclusive. If we don't do something, who will?
He's just gonna rub his temples a little bit.
Considering, I don't know, would the extermination of the tribes throw the region out of balance? They may have druids of their own among them, or at least those knowledgeable of glamoured creatures. And the beast that attacked the port last night, that can't be a coincidence. I don't even think the Sun Eater would attack the city head on. I may be paranoid, but I can't help but wonder if that creature was sent here deliberately.
After a specific target? Or just to cause chaos in the city?
Cause chaos. Or maybe even delay us specifically. That's why I want to head to the Citadel. Learn their findings.
Yeah, that was gonna. We should go there. I was gonna say we should go there, yeah.
This all doesn't smell right to me.
I would agree, nothing seems to be fitting into place neatly. But I also have to say, we probably don't even have half the pieces to this puzzle.
So let's educate. Let's go get a few more of those pieces then, shall we?
He tries to be clever sometimes.
It sounded good.
Yeah. I thought that was Callie laughing about Blue's Clues or something.
I'm laughing about what Nora posted in the fucking chat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so, sorry, I missed that. Garm showed us the mental image.
Mental image of what?
Oh, Vask would go, oh, here, and he's been working on the link, and then in your head it goes, did you try thinking really hard about what this person looked like?
Oh, tall, golden-eyed.
Do I get the image to come through the link?
Yep.
Mhm.
And just looks to Vara. It's that fucker who gave that ring to you.
Is it?
The same person.
There was also
No.
just pauses
The
for a
same
minute.
golden eyes.
Wasn't there also a golden-eyed figure in the shadows when you were attacked
Fighting.
by that one creature?
Yeah, the
If-
gravity manipulator.
If they have been tracking the bear creature, they may have been there.
Why is it?
I saw.
interested in
I told you.
Vara?
I'm asleep, but I did tell you guys when we saw the Shadowfell spawn. I see a tall figure with golden eyes.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, no,
Another
that's
guy was
just,
mentioning.
that's what
Yep.
I mentioned.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the shadow gravity manipulator.
Vara's gonna get up and like peek out the window to see if they're still there by the shrine.
Still is.
Mm. You watch her just kind of stand there for a second. She starts opening the door to go march out in the rain at him.
I thought you were going to low-key open the window and yell, "Hey, bitch, why are you stalking us?"
There's definitely a path, one of those path lights that I was talking about where she did that.
Yeah, Garm will immediately join her
Yeah,
just
follow.
for some backup. We don't need Vara to get plucked off by it. They turn into a bird and just swoop away with her.
Hildegard will watch from the window, but she's not going to approach because it's a lot of people walking up on somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going because they just talked to me, so at least they would know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
She has no plan for this. She's just kind of walking up, and she's going, hey, you still have that ring from yesterday?
She looks down. At first looks around, then looks down and notices you're there. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Sorry, she's like 5'5" or something.
I'm 5 flat.
Human ferret.
She's got a 1.5 feet on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's why she has the least weasel familiar.
Perhaps the real Vara is the weasel. This is just a human meat puppet.
It might be. Don't give away my
Just
secrets.
weasels all the
That's
way
why
down.
it hangs out in the hat. It's ratatouilleing her.
That's why
It's
she's
just weasels
weirdly
all the way
aggressive for a
down.
wizard.
And her fondness for dance.
Don't know about
well-
that one.
Well, then Vara should have gone into necromancy school.
Yeah. What is it with that idea of ferrets could just raise the dead?
Yeah, it's a Germanic
man.
folklore thing where weasels were believed to be able to raise the dead using herbs.
There's a lot of weird folk tales about weasels. The Algonquin thought that they could kill wendigos by crawling up their buttholes.
I mean, that would kill.
I didn't hear about that one.
To be fair,
Weasels
That
do
would kill
target.
most things.
Yeah.
Weasels
Ant-Man
do-
and Thanos.
wait, is that
weasels-
why? Is that why in Dreamcatcher Stephen King named those parasites shit weasels?
Jesus Christ.
Probably.
Going to cry.
Okay, we're moving on.
Weasels
Yeah.
do
See,
target
all I can
people.
imagine is the scene where Puss in Boots attacks
Oh,
Shrek and is wriggling through his shirt that reenacts the chest burster scene, but it's a ferret.
Yeah, I mean that is what.
Oh no.
Either way,
No.
the tall figure just looks down at you, somewhat confused, looks over at Garm. It's like, friend of yours.
Aye.
Can I scrutinize the face now that I'm closer?
It's a dead ringer.
Mm.
I'm going to silently and use my detect thoughts, just skimming what this guy's thinking, not probing. I don't want to get invasive,
Okay.
but I do it in that way where I don't cast a spell since it's all psychic ability.
A ring, you say?
Yeah, excuse me, you looked like somebody yesterday that gave me a bit of a fright.
I've certainly wouldn't be the first time I frightened someone. I am a lot to take in. Have I done something to upset you?
Well, if you don't remember what I'm talking about, then it must just be a mistaken identity. I apologize. Are you getting anything from this fast?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, am I getting anything from this? Because
Legitimate confusion, and the thought immediately goes to, why would someone wear my face? I certainly stand out. The thoughts turn to changelings, perhaps?
Just gonna put
should
it
I
like a.
insight that sincerity, or is this someone
This is sincerity and genuine confusion. This person is actually feeling slightly like, what the fuck's this little thing coming up and telling me off about this for?
So Bask, when she asks, it's like what I'm getting. It's like he's being legitimately confused. He's wondering if someone stole his face.
Putting a hand on Vara's shoulder, just as like it's like, don't worry, the attack weeds won't get you.
Sucker bites.
Just a moment.
Yeah, Vara is like looking back now, also confused and not hiding it on her face. She's just like, "Wow, you look like just like them." I apologize again. Sorry about that.
As I've said before, these are strange times. But might I ask another question of you?
Suppose.
You'll just gesture towards the knife with the plumage.
How long have you been tracking this creature?
Since the early winter.
And like us, have you always missed it by a hair?
I was very close a while back. I thought I had its trail. It slipped away. It honestly was too large to approach initially.
East of Reveland?
Hey? Who's been following who?
It's me.
I'm
Paul.
starting to
Sorry.
think we've met before.
I've never seen you lot before today in my life.
Again, that feels sincere. Does that still feel sincere?
No. You do see a brief flash in the mind of them in an alleyway looking at the group of you as you're walking back after the fight.
I mean,
Yeah, they did know about that.
Well,
But-
Bask would just pipe up, going, "Well, I'm pretty sure I also saw you last night when we were trying to scurry back before curfew or after curfew on the monster." So
Wait, did Best say that in their mind or just
no,
in
he said
ours?
that out loud.
Oh, is
So
he
you'd
joined us
actually come-
outside?
Oh yeah, Vesk followed Vara and Garm.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
He would have to be close to use detect thoughts, anyways. Just get like 30 feet.
All right, fair. Yes, that's right. Well, we've never spoken before now. I didn't pay too much mind. I saw you walking back, heard about the fight and all that. Nice job. Wicked things, this. Since I am now close to being surrounded, I must feel the need to ask. Why the curiosity with this creature? You say you've run into it twice. A more cautious soul might think that you aimed to bring the creature down and fell it. I'd like to have a reason to not think along those lines.
No, not I.
I don't see a reason to
As
kill
far-
something that's not bothering me or other people.
It's taking out Fellspawn, and that's. It
We
seems
know of
naturally- Oh, sorry.
We know of the bounty placed on the creature's head, that it caused some damage for Grindhole. But we have yet to see for ourselves if the creature is really that deserving of death.
There's no creature less deserving of death.
As auto characters, as far as we know, it like caused a little bit of damage, and then after that, all we know about it is it's murdering the shit out of Fellspawn, right?
Damage the
much.
farm. I don't recall there being any casualties through that. But
Yeah.
it just fucked up some dude's fields or something. Maybe
I think,
barn.
if I remember correctly, like Raven said, it fucked up a few fields, maybe killed a cattle or two, but no like human casualties.
It
There
probably
might have
was
been a Fellspawn that was crawling into the farm that they didn't notice. Like it killed them when they
Probably.
noticed it.
It did kill people who were trying to kill it. So
Yeah,
I'm
that-
not counting those.
We did
entirely
see that.
understandable.
It will defend itself.
Yeah, we don't count self-defense as malicious killing.
I'm not counting them. Like, if it was like running around just murdering people at random, yeah, sure. But like, if someone would walk up and slapped it on his ass and they get nuked, well, looked
They
around.
did it, yeah.
Yeah, there's there's that whole idiom of poking the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far as we know, it's not doing anything beyond, doing everybody basically a favor.
It's
not gonna-
lost.
Lost?
Aye.
It is a glamoured creature.
More than that, it is a glamour-in creature. It's not from this land. When the
That would
seasons were
explain.
broken, it distorted the order of things. Paths to the Glamourlands that normally remain closed were wrenched open. Things thrown out of alignment. Things crawled through from beyond, from the Everwoods that were not supposed to come here.
That would explain how this creature has accelerated the growth of its path.
It is spring itself, in a manner of speaking.
Oh,
Where it goes, life returns, wildlings return, uncontrolled growth. Powerful, but dangerous in the wrong amounts.
I've
Oh, yeah.
actually been harvesting useful herbs and fruits that have sprouted in its wake. It's honestly one of the reasons I was so fascinated with it personally.
I enjoy it while it lasts. If I don't find a way to get it back home by the season's end, it will die. There are others. It's not as though spring itself would cease to exist, but
Vask in the link kind of goes, that sounds similar to Moriel not being able to eat on the surface. Something wrong with the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Is there a place that you would be able to get it back into the glamour?
A hole it broke through? Or it traveled through?
the hole it emerged from I've yet to find. It's likely patched itself shut. If it's heading
No way
northwest,
back.
well, not the way it came. It was too powerful for me to approach on its own.
Thinking about it, the path of destruction left by this thrice accursed king. I believe you said something about like it started happening in winter as well.
You say this Sun Eater is from, what did you call it, the Everwoods?
Aye. Yeah.
It and other creatures were brought here, like the one that attacked the port last night.
That
Perhaps
actually
perhaps this king was also sent to the Everwoods and is now returned.
can't think of a soul who'd send another there.
Unless
It's a
it was a
place.
particularly intense curse.
That's a
3
place of
curses, in
madness.
fact.
It's a place of madness. Anyone who ventured there would be little more than a slobbering beast.
Although, perhaps it came from some place that wasn't the glamour. What'd you call it? The Glamour Woods?
The Glamourlands and the
Glamourlands.
Everwoods are kind of interchangeable terms for the Feywild for most
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember what it was. But perhaps Perhaps this thrice accursed king passed beyond into death. 'Cause this sounds like something that. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, if you're saying, time was disrupted with the seasons, maybe something from the past or that was once dead is now back.
The
Where the
Waystone has represented them as a three-headed wolf.
And there is that reports of a necromancer in northern Breveland, but
None of these are things that have been brought to my mind. My mission is to the bear, to attempt to return it home. If those things are aligned, then someone's cooked up a complex and round-together wicked plan.
We were about to head to the Sapphire Citadel to see what they learned from the creature last night. Would you join us?
I don't think they'd care much for one of my folk in there. Not from what I've always been told.
If they have a problem with it, we'll deal with it. At the
Quick to
very least,
befriend.
we'll share the information with you.
You're rather quick to befriend. You don't know me. I could be lying to you.
You could be. But as I said, cooperation and trust. It's always a matter of faith.
Not been hurt too many times, have you? Not where it really counts. Suppose that's a strength in a way. Well, I appreciate the kindness, all the same. If our goals are aligned, I'm certainly not opposed to the act.
She's still like looking at their face, just a little like, that's so fucking strange. I'm gonna get kidnapped in an alleyway and it's gonna look exactly like you and I'm going to be very upset. She's thinking this to herself, but I don't know if it's gonna leak through.
That is a good point. With Jeddah brought it up lovely earlier that she is a fey creature. Is it common knowledge that there are creatures like changelings?
Various glamoured beings have been recorded, but they're usually weird little one-offs.
So changelings and their particular abilities are more or less unique.
To the common knowledge, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it's time we head to the Citadel.
I'll see what. I look forward to learning all about it. The tree is largely where I've remained during the day. You've given me much to ponder. I don't know if this was shared with the lot, but you can call me Midge.
It's nice to meet you, Midge.
I don't know anything about any rings or any such things. I would just simply assume that someone saw my face and thought it worthy of wearing. Should you find them, I'd very much like to have words with them.
I hope they don't find me first, because I don't think they have my best interests in mind.
This day and age, what a shock.
Indeed.
Come along, little ferret. Just picks you up by the scruff.
I wish you guys
that's my
would
job.
stop doing that. She's just
my
dangling there.
All right.
Better not, it's my job.
Yeah, we have shared bullying privileges.
Midge just watches Farah get carted off, like, what the hell?
And Vask just kind of standing there, looks back, gives a shrug, and then follows.
Very awkward little wave from one hand. The cloaked figure just turns back to the tree.
Was this mid-afternoon yet, or no?
I just realized.
Oh.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
It was just going to be quick. I just realized almost everyone in the party has weird eyes. Vask's glow, Garm has yellow, Hildegard's are, that whole situation.
Dead.
That whole situation.
And
Spacey.
pretty sure, technically, Mercy, even though they can have any amount of eye color they wish, they're probably the most normal at the moment.
Yeah, I have normal eye colors. All of them. All of the eye colors.
Yeah,
They're
that's the
mine.
thing. You can change.
They're all mine.
Who needs thaumaturgy?
Your natural eye colors look like a cat with boba eyes.
Jeez.
And then there's this
Oh,
little,
yeah.
looking dog I'm babysitting. It's like, you look like a blueberry muffin. Your eyes are for the fucking blueberries.
What time of day is it by now, VV?
I'd say approaching. It's still late morning.
Okay, so I haven't slept enough yet.
All right, so the journey across town is, in a word, miserable. It's sloshy. Your boots are going up to your ankles and past them in some instances for the heavier among you.
Keeping an eye out for any of Wick's known masks.
Yep. Make a perception
Or-
check.
Well, to be fair,
Rolls.
I'm being carted.
Wow.
There it is. It was you this time.
Hey.
I mean, Garm rolled a double 12 with the last roll.
That is true. You don't see any faces you recognize in that regard. People largely are staying inside. It's rainy, overcast, white skies overhead. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Pass by the town square. You see it is on pretty high alert. You see a lot of guards stationed around, lots of muttering. They all seem to be giving you very, very attentive, steely glances as you walk by. But don't pursue any questioning or bring any words forward.
They're probably baffled by the sight of Garm just carrying me.
Oh, that's still going.
Like a kitten.
Apparently it is.
She didn't say he put me down, so.
Yeah, she's looking down. It's like, oh man, this is undignified. Looking down at the mud.
Oh, this is fine, actually.
This would probably go up to my knees.
Yeah, this is great, actually. God, if I had played a halfling, I would just disappear into this mud, wouldn't I?
Some
Yeah.
parts of it, yes.
Yeah, it's a well-known fact that halflings and or the number one cause of death is drowning on dry land.
No, they're fine. They have huge feet. They can just wade across it.
Number two. The number two cause of death is moderately sized birds.
It's just owls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one wizard brewing all of his wizard ale, sends out his owls to snatch halflings.
Oh, no.
He turns them into wine.
God damn it.
It's like the villain in Song of the Sea.
Fucked
Jeez.
up.
You're welcome.
Yes, someone write that down. A wizard who is fucking kidnapping halflings with his army of owls to do hard labor for him to produce wizard ale.
Is he like related to Gargamel?
He is now.
Same neighborhood.
Oh God, it would be like it's like I'm familiar with the practice of stomping on cranberries. Get to work to make my wine.
God, okay.
All right, so it takes a little bit of walking, but you do arrive at the vicinity of the Citadel. And entering within once again, drying yourselves off, leaving cloaks or whatever need be to reduce potentially getting the tile flooring wet.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation, just air dry.
I gotta imagine Prestidigitation's one of the first spells that's learned, not because it's easy, but because it's one of the most important.
You can really wet your teeth on that one. You can learn how to cast spells in a lot of different ways. It is a good trading spell.
Yeah, and all I can imagine is wizards back in the college is like, no, you are not. I'm not going to teach you Fireball until you know how to clean your own fucking clothes.
I did say that Vass took 2 of his cantrips as Prestidigitation and Mending so he could keep his fancy clothing, looking good and being an adventurer.
Oh my
Now
god.
today, class, I will teach you how to cast the grease spell. All of you better have passed thaumaturgy class, prestidigitation class.
Alrighty, so entering within, as you arrive in the main foyer, the large spiraling chamber full of bookshelves and the like, you're approached this time by a different Yorok. This one male, somewhat short, a little on the squat side in that regard. Just welcome. Is there anything I may assist you with, or anything you wish to bring forward?
We are the Unbowed. We were here yesterday and were the ones who dealt with the creature that assaulted the dogs last night.
Ah, I see. Hold a moment. Just kind of paces over to a nearby ledger near the entryway.
What was the
Yes,
name of the Yorick we met with? I can't remember.
Sandra.
We met with Sandra.
Yes, you are mentioned. Your name is unknown. You are granted access yesterday to the General Archives. I see. Well, I'm sorry to say, but your acquisitions that you brought in are still being processed. The matter of the creature from last night is somewhat taken up priority.
That is what we came here to learn.
We were forced to return indoors due to the curfew, but we wish to have our own inspection of it.
That is something that will likely have to be run alongside the Grey Pikes. There was no contract on this creature, so it is difficult to completely allow immediate access, but if you'd like to put in that sort of request, we certainly can help facilitate the process. I can just reach out to Sister Sandra and see if she has learned anything. She is overseeing the examination herself. You are owed that much for your actions, I believe. That is a fair trade.
That would be appreciated.
Very good. Remain here. Keep an eye on the bird. Keep the birds reined.
Vask really trying hard not to be a pendant about air entry right of claims of monsters.
Raven.
All right.
What?
I'm just surprised it didn't react to the birds.
She's not there. She stayed back
Oh.
with Jeddah, remember? Or specifically,
You
she
were-
didn't come. She didn't come out of the house to interrogate the weird gawky kid. And so when everyone else wandered off, she just.
Oh, I thought we all went back in after that.
I was under the impression you went to it, but that's my bad. There would have been no bird comment then. Okay, if you were not there. Noted.
Sorry? Yeah,
Okay.
just waiting for Jeddah to wake up. Because, probably we shouldn't continue leaving people alone in this town.
Yeah,
I-
a wise decision.
I was under the impression that it was just us three still.
Yep, that's all good.
I mean, what is this like weird changeling doppelganger person gonna do? Steal the other changeling's face?
No, it's fine.
I'm pretty sure that's like a faux pas.
It is actually.
I'm sure this
Stealing
whoever-
another person's mask is that can get you in trouble.
I'm sure the weird kidnapper doesn't care.
It's like showing up at the function wearing the exact same thing. It's like, oh man, one of us has got change.
All right. So, as you guys are just kind of left to your own devices, time passes. No immediate signs of reemergence. We're gonna cut over to the air entry. Yep. Go ahead before we do
I was
that.
just gonna say, are there any are the books open to us to peruse? Just be like,
Typically, you have to be granted access, but I mean, if you want to go take a peek, see, I mean, you could certainly try.
I won't push my luck. Continue, sorry.
All right, so we'll cut back over to the air entry. Be pretty close to early afternoon at this point with the length of the walk through the rain. You guys did walk clear across the city again.
But I'm going to roll a hit die or two.
Sure thing. And y'all just ain't rolling good with the hit die today. Overall. A couple good ones in there, but
There would be, well, yeah, because Hildegard brought you the food, you would have that extra 1 per hit die.
Good.
Extra 1 per hit die?
Yeah,
Pretty.
so that would be 8.
HP is HP.
Yeah. 9. So 10.
10.
I'm good. That's all I need. I'm good.
excellent. So, you awaken fairly refreshed. You see that a somewhat lukewarm breakfast of definitely Vask's make has been left there for you.
I'm gonna eat that up. And head downstairs.
Hildegard waiting in the common room still.
Yeah, she would have probably finished breakfast. It is now just sipping on some warm coffee or tea or whatever.
She
It's-
walks over and just fucking slumps into the chair next to you.
I take it yesterday was not very good.
You'd be correct.
I'm just gonna reach out, just to lightly pat the side of her arm. Would you like me to order some tea or coffee? Maybe spike the coffee with a little bit of booze?
No. Just coffee.
Okay. She'll flag down the bar person to get some.
There is no booze. There is just trap bone. The Troutbone does bring over coffee. It is black. There's no
good.
frills. This is old person coffee.
Yeah.
Sludge from under the car.
Hildegard may have broken into like some of Vask's spices for some nutmeg or something. It's like she's fine with normal coffee, but there's a limit. Damn it!
No, Hildegard. Fucking. I did it again.
You.
Across town, Vask is like, someone's messing with my kitchen supplies.
Don't worry,
Hildegard.
should make a mess.
I sense a
Mercy.
disturbance in the sauce.
Mercy grabs the black coffee and just gulps some of it down.
She makes a like, just sucking in through her teeth.
Yeah.
Somehow both the birds mimic that sound as well.
Yeah.
Somehow.
They both have Daffy Duck teeth for a moment.
Jesus. Jesus.
That was an illusion.
Just imagine when you stirred in the nutmeg and ate your spoon.
Something.
Drinks more of it.
Can you still feel your tongue after that?
Why can you not?
I let mine cool off.
No, the punch in the face is what I needed.
If you say so.
I need to. Hildegard, I need to hit something.
No. I don't exactly
Birds slide away from you a little bit.
She's just saying, I don't exactly have the fortitude to take hits anymore.
No, you don't. Pats you on the shoulder. I wouldn't punch you anyway.
If I had my former body, I'd take you up on that. I'd probably lose, but I'd still give it pretty good.
Maybe one day we'll find out.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find, like, a wall no one cares about that you can punch into submission.
You joke, but I did think about it last night.
I don't know. There's be a haystack or something. I don't
Hey,
know.
Trappo.
Yep.
Any kind of like fight pit or anything in town?
Not till sundown. I got a side of beef in the back. It could stand to be tenderized.
Nah, I think I'm
Old-fashioned.
good, thanks.
Sure, I'll pay you. I don't want to do it.
Fuck, alright, I'll do
I
it.
don't wanna do it.
It's like, I don't want to touch
nasty.
cold.
It's like,
Go
Oh,
full
good.
Rocky on it.
when he said
Oh.
he'll pay her, there's like a fuck, alright, I'll do it.
Sure, I'll get paid to punch something. Eh?
Yeah. I will go do that.
All right. Hildegard, you just kind of watch her go into the back with Troutbone.
She just makes kind of a short, snorting laugh. And she'll just settle in because she has a warm drink on a rainy day, and that's fucking heaven, honestly.
You're not weak.
She blinks
Aw.
and goes, I know I'm not weak per se. It's just I miss being able to actually do more with my body. Is all. I know I can just throw a spell and annihilate half a platoon or something, but like I could do that before. It's still like it's hard to explain.
The birds exchange eye contact for a moment, then Mother worries.
Oh, her face contorts into a mixture of confusion, and it slowly draws into just like a bit of like fear, and then like acceptance is like, I I haven't heard that before.
You're congrats. You have a mother.
This is like,
It's a hag.
like that was psychic damage. It is nice to know that she worries, honestly. But I'm doing as good as I can. And I know I'm probably never going to get better, but I'm adapting, sort of. And soon we'll be in better contact.
If you don't die first.
That's
Almost
true.
died.
Wow.
Just takes in a. Oh, yes, I would have without stealing some of its essence.
Tasty.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really up on this whole bloody heart-eating business, but I know it does you boys good, and some part of me is kind of spiteful about almost dying.
Good. Spite makes you strong. Like anger and storm.
Sounding like a rogue.
Sound like Jeddah.
That's a lovely picture, though. Just gonna reach
Mother
out this-
wants. Mother sleeps, but worries.
She'll scritch the birds. Don't worry, I haven't. I have no desire to pass away anytime soon. I have some people close to me who could. Well, they're not going to resurrect me anytime soon, but they will do their damnedest to keep me alive. I am doing well.
Laug looks back at the back room Jeddah just went into. If they don't die first, too.
Does the tilt of the head and just. I may not be able to heal them anymore, but there's going to be a lot that'll happen before I let any of them die. But thank you. You boys are sweet.
Yeah, sweet. That's what that was.
In its own weird way, it was.
Yeah? I'm worried about you.
Okay, sure. Vara's not the one who got insinuated to die.
It's like, yeah, we're worried. Some of them might die. It's like, aw, worried.
Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Well, eat your eyes.
Blinks at that.
Mother wants to meet when you can. She needs you to meet her.
Yeah,
Your lives depend on it.
Oh, Lord.
What? That's new.
Okay.
Our lives depend on it?
We're moving as quickly as we can. Well, not within reason, no.
Mother has waited since the stones were young. She can wait a little longer.
Yes, I didn't think a couple days would be. Oh, but yeah, that is our goal. We have not deviated from it.
You have not. But Mother worries. It's just like there's a shudder, and they both just go back to being slightly more wall-eyed and derpy bird-like again. Laug reaches over, pecks Laug in the head, and they immediately just start squawking and flying up into the rafters, fighting each other.
Oh, that must be a trip to look through.
Yeah, just immediately had her field of vision yanked to the rafters. Like, it's a good thing I don't need sight to drink a cup in front of you.
Well, from your point of view, your eyes are suddenly attacking each other.
You stop petting yourself.
She probably cut contact to avoid getting, like
Closes her eyes, drinks in peace. They do this every so often.
well, they are brothers.
All right. So,
Yeah, thanks for that.
I punched some meat.
you do. You are paid 3 gold for it.
Not gonna make the joke.
It's a
Cool.
big side of beef. It is tender now. You have broken some of the ribs on it.
Will
Is
not
that
make
Scotland?
the joke.
Thank you. I needed that.
So did I.
Cracks for knuckles.
Well, if you're not going to make the joke, I will, Vara. Good job on beating that meat.
Yep.
Same way, like, yeah, thank you. God damn it.
One of my favorite delis. That's their slogan. It's plastered on the wall. You can't beat our meats.
Goddamn.
Also, we'll do it for you.
No! Stop that.
No, that's what the Velvet
Us?
Werewolf is for.
That's what I call service with a smile.
We're all 12. That's why you keep rolling them. We're all 12.
The dice knows. All right.
Alright, I'm gonna come back out.
You come back out to the birds, currently on exact opposite sides of the common room. They're not speaking to each other.
In the rafters, and Hildegard's sitting there alone, just fucking sipping her coffee again.
What's up with them?
I'm not honestly sure. Every now and again, they have these little fights. I guess it's just sibling things.
Are they siblings?
I've always called them brothers, but they haven't rebuked me at all, and they act like the pissiest little siblings I've ever seen.
You know, I have siblings. Well, a sibling.
She opens her mouth for a minute to, because the immediate reaction is, "Oh, how are they?" And then just quickly closes it.
I haven't seen them in a while. Long while. Not since I was young.
Could you could get like a scroll of sending from some wizard or whatnot.
I don't know if that even worked. It's been years.
I don't know. I am not and wasn't ever a wizard.
They don't want to hear from me. Hildegard.
As you said, it's been a long time. The worst you can say is hi.
They're just I don't imagine they think very highly of me.
That's you assuming things. You don't know until you ask.
Stop, please. You don't.
Okay. No, I don't know, and neither do you.
No. This isn't the place for this.
No, it isn't. Would you like more coffee?
Yeah. She just reaches over and takes yours.
She can't see it, but she feels and hears the cup, slide, and she's like, "So the black sludge not agree with you too much after all?"
I drank off black sludge. I need more.
I mean,
Troutbone
mine is-
literally walks into frame and puts one down next to you.
Oh, sweet. Slide
Just
yours
watch.
back.
You two are the only people in here besides
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Did Troutbone hear the birds talk?
Yes.
Oh no, he was in the back with me.
Yeah, that's
Watch
right. He
me.
would have been. He would have been.
But you need to
I'm sure. I'm sure he's like Scruffy from fucking Futurama. He just doesn't care. I mean, he runs the errantry. Like,
Yeah,
Instinct of staying in his lane.
wizards with weird familiars is just Wednesday.
Double Wizard Wednesday.
Although, I'm sorry, but with someone as goth looking as Hildegard, and again with her whole thing, it would be weirder if her two crows didn't talk.
True. They're not
That's a
even my
good
familiars.
point.
They're just birds that I fed and they follow me around.
Scruffy's probably heard all sorts of compromising information from familiars, so that's not his business.
This is fine.
He pays
Troutbone
them.
could, Troutbone could topple kingdoms with the things that have been said in these walls.
Yeah, he just feeds them like table scraps and gets the juiciest gossip.
God, he's
Trout-
secretly the big bad.
Oh,
of
the
this
most
entire
powerful
campaign.
man in this town.
He is secretly our big bad. He's just gathered all the knowledge.
Yes. Final session, the Dross battle. Troutbone.
Yeah.
There's no title after it. It's just a Dark Souls health bar appearing that's
Yeah.
really long than just Troutbone.
Trout,
It's the fucking Elden Ring music, but done to banjos.
Yeah. It's like, Shemaz is a bitch. He's my bitch.
I turned him into my coffee and I drank him. That's how much he matters.
Troutbone's bitch.
Oh my god.
All right, well, the lore has expanded. Thank you for that.
Anyway,
Oh my god. Anyway,
just, I spice my coffee with nutmeg and all that. So why are you stealing mine when you prefer the tar?
I never said I preferred it. I just said I wanted the punch in the face.
Well, mine is not a punch in the face.
Yeah, but I had a punch in the face.
It's less of a punch in the. It's still kind of strong.
I'm like,
I'm not going
Look,
to
I
put so
had a
much
punch.
nutmeg in here. I poison myself.
you're what?
All I can imagine now is that one of the ravens stopping their squawking. It's like, siblings! And go back to fighting.
Nutmeg in high concentrations is a poison
Why are you drinking it then?
because it tastes really good, and in low concentrations, can be nutritious.
All right.
This is what happens when you listen to a cook.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean Vask?
Yeah, Vask would totally warn, never eat don't eat nutmeg, a lot of it, because it will poison you and you will hallucinate, but not the good kind of hallucinations. You will go to the hell kind of hallucinations.
I'm seeing that, man.
It literally takes like a spoonful, like a
Yep.
big spoonful, and you're gone.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Mercy
Vask
pulls out a cigarette while we're talking and just lights it up.
You gotta do that inside.
It's just us two. And Troutbone.
Take it outside.
She gives him a look like, really? All right, whatever.
Do our rooms have like a balcony or something?
No, just windows.
Yeah.
And your view is really just a wood wall and half beyond it.
I'll come and stand with you under the overhang.
All right. And yeah.
As you head out,
Just
As you
put a hand on Mercy's shoulder as they walk out.
Yeah.
as you head out, you see the blacksmith from next door, Mr. Dunn, walking by. Just, what's up?
Morning, afternoon, whatever godforsaken time it is.
It's afternoon.
Blinks.
Nah.
Good morning, sir.
It's afternoon. What did we just say?
Afternoon, sir.
Thank you. And he just walks inside of the errantry. Trout bone. Done.
Drop bone out.
Just glances back at them and it's like, are they related at all?
She like squints at them. They might be
It's hard.
fucking.
They
Sorry.
what?
They might
It's
be
hard.
fucking.
Screws up her face and why'd you make me imagine this?
Just hear strange crow sounds. Dirty mind! Dirty!
She. Oh no! They can
Dirty
see
bird,
it in your
dirty
mind.
bird.
They're fucking.
She snorts. Man, shit sucks. I gotta get my laugh somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Do we see the figure standing over at the altar?
That figure is gone now. Hildegard would have heard about it.
Yeah.
but especially after being marched upon by 3 people with weird accusations, they probably moved the fuck on.
I need to do something. I need to feel active.
Well, you're welcome to go run around in the rain again.
The rain doesn't bother me.
Hypothermia might.
You say that, and the rain gets heavier.
I was out most of the night in this shit, Hildegard. It'll be fine.
You slept most of the morning.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with how wet I was. That's entirely because of how late I was up. And rain's not gonna fuck me up.
Well, sorry for worrying.
Thank you for worrying, I guess.
Just blinks at that. He's like, well, you are... I'd like to call you my friend. I'm going to worry about you.
I don't know why.
She reaches up, and she's like, oh wait, you're short now. Reaches slight down and pops you in the back of the head. He goes,
She like, doesn't even flinch, just like, you
No,
do
it-
it. She turns
it's
to look
really
at you.
It's with the like that. It's just nothing.
Yeah, she doesn't flinch. Turns to look at you. Do you want me to punch you?
I'm going to go down in one swing. And no, I do not.
Hildegard. Oh god, you walked into.
Go ahead and punch me. Let's see if that makes you feel big and strong. You better kill me one hit.
Better make it count.
Care about you because, in spite of how aggressive and uncaring you can act, you're actually very sweet and kind.
Ugh.
So deal with it.
Gross.
I would
So
That's
deal
like a
with
dick.
it. Or you can get pissy and punch out a blind woman.
Ooh.
I mean, I could. You think that? I think that would bother me.
Yes.
You would taste blindness yourself?
Ooh.
Just rolls her eyes. They're in a particularly edgelord mood today.
It's the
Sounds
rain.
like.
Oh, shush, the rain is lovely. It's when everything, it's all life, is encouraged to grow. It's-
Yeah, well, I won't. I wouldn't want to punch you.
good. Like I said, I'd go
You'd
down
have
one
to-
hit.
I mean, you would, but a lot of people would. So don't let it get to you.
Anyways. It's time to say before I got derailed, you are a nice person and a friend, so deal with it.
I'm a pissy, angry person.
You know, I've been an adventurer for quite a while, right? That's literally 2/3 all adventurers.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I'm used to it.
I nearly set an old man to walk a horse and wait at death.
And then you didn't when you thought better about it.
Yeah, because I knew that little girl would feel bad. Fuck! God damn it!
Oh no!
No, I'm proving my own point wrong.
Ah, damn it.
Just like the Grinch. Help me, I have feelings!
Hildegard. Hildegard.
Yes. What?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just don't go spreading around the idea that she cares about people. She's got a reputation.
Just gotta give just like a very light hug. It's fine.
She,
Like I said-
what side? One arm side hugs you.
Yeah, Christian
Aw,
side hug.
Christian side hug.
Christian side hug.
Like I said, don't worry. I've known adventurers for quite a while.
This shit sucks, Hildegard.
And yeah, that's not going to change.
Thanks.
If it ever does change, you're going to stop being that nice person. Because only
What?
nice people. I gotta say, it's going to suck, and if that ever changes, you're going to stop being a nice person.
Why would it being nice stop me?
No, I mean, if that ever changes, it's sucking. If that ever changes, then you will no longer be a nice person, is what I mean. Because nice people care. And so it's going to suck.
Take the compliment.
Take the L.
Samlings!
Yeah, I think there's some miscommunication going on here, but I'll take it. Thanks, Hildegard.
I thought you were referring to the general feeling of,
I bet the world, really?
Oh, I thought you meant the immediate suckage.
I mean, there's immediate suckage, but that's part of all this.
Oh, yeah. World sucking, we can't really do anything.
Eh.
At least we could make it less sucky, I guess.
I tried that once. I tried that on like a large, well, hopefully larger scale, but it didn't work out.
At least you tried.
Wish I hadn't, Hildegard.
It's better to try and fail than not try at all.
No, no, no. Hildegard,
Yeah?
did I... You know, I told you that I've lost friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't told you the specifics.
Well, rainy days are good for stories, if you have one to tell.
Well, I was young, a wizard, and optimistic. She like eyes you like expecting a laugh or something.
Well, you mentioned being a wizard several times. That doesn't shock her.
No, the
Is-
optimistic part.
Oh, yeah, yeah. She just, like, scratches her chin, just... Imagine a young you, like, cut off wizard robes. The optimism part is hard to imagine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I guess we all have that phase.
Yeah.
Some of us don't grow out of it, for the better. Hopefully.
Eh.
I don't know. I rather like far.
Yeah, I like Mara too.
But she's kind of
Well,
like optimism tempered by sass.
and way too many thoughts going on at once.
And not at all, sometimes.
I thought you
Well,
said
enough of that.
sax, like saxophone instead of sass.
No.
Just gonna bust out a
Sax,
saxophone.
the music of seeing the
Sorry,
future.
it might be because I'm listening to Purple Rain.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, if I get an instrument later, it's gonna be a saxophone.
Well,
Call it now.
I mean, I almost went with the saxophone first, so cheating. Sorry.
the funkiest wizard.
Yeah, that's exactly what popped into my head. Thank you for the gift. It's in my favorites now.
Well, I'll do you one better. But yeah.
That one's already in my favorites, though.
Okay. I had friends who were also fairly optimistic. We wanted to. It's extremely stupid in retrospect, but we were young and stupid, and we wanted to go and do good. And no, wait. We wanted to do good, and then show the world that we were changelings.
That, I think, is a wonderful goal.
Oh God, but it was fucking stupid.
Wonderful goals don't have to be smart. Sometimes ambition. Sometimes the greatest ambitions come from raw stupidity.
It was.
And
It was stupid. We didn't know. We thought we were.
You thought you were special.
We
that
thought
you
the
could.
world was better than it was.
It is, and it isn't.
It's not.
No. But it is, and isn't at the same time.
Woke up one day, and my life ended. Saw all of my friends wicked, like outside. And not optimistic anymore, Hildegard.
I see.
We were dumb kids wanting to make a difference, and in turn, the Reich burned us alive.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think they were necessarily wrong. You were necessarily wrong.
I was. People would have looked at that as some kind of trickery, as changelings trying to worm their way into society, changelings being deceitful.
If you don't start
How it
somewhere,
always goes.
you don't start somewhere, you can't start at all. Yeah, it's probably. But there also would have been those who would have seen you in a new light.
Yeah, they would have been fucking assassinated in a back alley.
Just because it doesn't necessarily mean they have to go preaching it to the heavens.
So,
Alright?
So,
as you guys are having this discussion, and as you guys are waiting in the Citadel, you hear a sound echo across the entire city. The ringing of a bell.
Oh, not again.
Ringing out from the direction of the Jarl's Keep. And you see people beginning to look out. You see people beginning to head that way.
what's that bell mean?
Depends on the rings, Troutbone says, just kind of looking out. Usually means there's an announcement. If it rings 3 times, that usually means it's an emergency. And as he says that, it rings a 3rd time.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
I'll take Hildegard's hand.
And
She's going to actually like do a snapping motion, and the door's like, boys, we're on the clock now. Time for.
They flutter down and land on your shoulder, all previous fluff dispelled.
She's actually gonna like pull them into the hood of her cloak so they're wearing. And
Yeah, I took your hand to help lead you.
she's like, right, let's go.
And Vask would know what that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Hildegard.
Yeah?
Jarl's Keep is where the Reich are.
I know.
Be ready.
Don't worry.
What did we just have a conversation about?
I'm saying I have you covered.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Vask would kind of look to the others and say, "Should probably go check that out. That's the emergency bell."
Oh, yay.
And if there's anyone from the Citadel, say,
We will see to our own matters. We will send out a delegate.
okay,
We have our own work to do. Our matters go beyond the city. But go.
and okay. So as we're hurrying out, Vask will through the light go. Okay, you heading to the emergency too?
Yeah.
We're on our way.
Do we see
Right.
like smoke rising? You see
Mm,
Godzilla stomping around?
Nothing like that. Make a perception check as you approach a rapidly increasing crowd nearing the
Do we all
Jarl's
do
Keep
that,
in the
or-
central square. Sure.
Cool, because I have.
So you're all
bonuses to this
approaching
now.
this
Huh?
area.
Oh, jeez.
26!
Noise.
5.
Yeah. Stop, kitty.
All right. At
Right.
first, you're not entirely sure what's going on. You notice that a lot more, whoa, really good. You're
Birds on
noticing that
Overwatch.
a lot more gray pikes are moving about. Like a lot. Probably the majority of the ones in the city are gathered around, and they are currently, as you're approaching, I'm going to say with that nat 20, you get a bird's eye view. You see that they are standing and making a perimeter around a large balcony that juts out from the keep, giving everyone a good solid 100-foot distance around it. You can see more and more people in the town gathered out in the rain in the square. All of them just looking about, antsy, some inconvenienced. Yep. Entering into the square with much more elaborate tile work of varying colors, a lot of which is sinking into the mud. You all kind of gather. See, you're both entering it from different sides.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say you two do not. You two do not. That is pretty funny. You two do not align the respective groups by the time that the events unfold.
Right?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So, gathering around, you see everyone looking up at the respective balcony, trained, many of them looking not exactly in great spirits. Lots of fearful murmuring, lots of just a general feeling of inevitability. People were waiting for this to eventually happen.
Oh boy.
The doors to the keep open, and out steps a rather elaborately dressed gray pike who blows out one single solitary trumpet into the rain. Behold, your Jarl! Echoes out. And out steps this figure.
Okay.
Fancy.
You see, for those of you who have not seen this figure before, Vasket's a somewhat familiar sight. You've at least seen paintings of the guy.
Yeah.
You're seeing a older human man with a beginning to gray out and pepper beard and long braided hair, very fine dress, an elaborate crown. Far more than you'd expect, almost an air of putting on airs. They carry a strange green spear that has been eroded away in places.
Hmm.
Would I know anything historically about that?
It's a royal arm. It's believed to be an eyelid weapon dating back to like thousands of years ago.
Ah.
Jarl Gunnar Barrowmore has decreed your presence. The same banneret speaks out. They're all clammed, hits the butt of the spear on the stonework he stands on, and looks out to the crowd. Last night, an attempt was made on my life and the lives of my family.
No.
There was no warning. No respite. Blood was shed. Lives were lost. Turns his face to reveal a still bleeding scar along one of his cheekbones. Scars are born.
feeling about this, Aldegard?
Hold still.
We were fortunate. Or aid was within our walls. From within the open doors, outpace about 3 dozen men in plate mail. Familiar, but somewhat different. Different colors. Much more stark white and black with less of the red than the suits that you saw in Ibrana just a month past. But the banner they fly is unmistakable. Banner of the Ion Reich. The actions of our southern neighbors, their courtesy, their kindness, are the only reason I live and breathe, the only reason Breveland lives and breathes.
Matt,
They have
so
done
cool.
more than save our life. Go ahead.
But no, I'm saying I'm mad that looks so cool.
They have done more than save our lives. They captured one of the assailants alive.
Oh,
Bring them out. You don't hear much in the way of murmuring or any reactions. People are just silently looking up above, rain pelting their faces. As 2 gray pikes come out escorting a figure in dark leather with a sack over their head. And now the true terror reveals itself. For the killer motions, they pull back the sack, and the killer has the Jarl's face. Beaten, bloody, and bruised. But clearly recognizable. They wore my own face. Attempted to stab my own children. Bring them to an early demise. Blackguard's Act. And it occurs to me, if such violence can happen in our own halls, they can happen anywhere. Henceforth, the curfew has been extended, and we will be cooperating with the forces of the Reich to the south. We will be rooting out that which has brought such mass deception to us, that which would slaughter our own kin. And we will make this city safe for all. We will make Breveland the bright shining star it is meant to be. Have you your own faces, and take heart, for you've nothing to fear from your own. But be wary of those whom you do not know.
fuck.
a reckoning comes. And we are in very capable hands to achieve it. For with us, you see, he gestures back.
No.
There's silence for a moment. Gotta get the lighting right. There we go.
Oh, fuck.
That is ominous to say while we're at a overview map.
Hmm,
Hmm.
guessing he might mean on the Hero Forge, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Yeah.
So, a figure strides out. This one.
Oh.
Damn, he looks boss.
Hey, VV,
Mm-hmm.
do I know who that is?
You sure do.
Oh,
Oh,
One
God.
of the ones.
You see a giant of a man. Easily 7 feet tall. Clad in a bronze plate. Regal, but functional. From this distance, it's hard to say much, but you could swear this figure is glowing.
Burning the villagers.
Coordinating the changelings.
God, Hildegard?
She grabs your hand real fast.
Yeah, you feel her hand fucking. I'm sorry, Hildegard. This might actually hurt you.
Yeah, probably. She's
Depending on what side you're on, it might be the silver hand.
Oh, fuck. 23. Hand
Look.
squeezes down really tight.
she doesn't react because the adrenaline is dulling the pain. She's gonna look down at that and go, "Why are my fingers fucked up?" Like an hour.
Why can't I feel my hand?
Yep.
Her eyes were just wide, staring at this man.
Behold, the leader of our fair delegation, and the new Governor General of Breveland,
Mm.
Judge Magister Gabral.
Was he one of the ones at the college?
Nope.
Definitely not.
This is a
Otherwise,
new one.
the hands would have been thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I distinctly remember the last time this man came up. Nora says, or Jenna said something along the lines of, "If I see him, I'm just gonna attack him, and you all
Yep.
just run. I don't care what
Yep.
happens."
Yep. Fuck.
So you're gonna cross that 100 feet and jump up a balcony and punch a dude?
That's one of the reasons why Hildegard grabbed her hand, because then she had to make a choice to drag Hildegard with her on the suicide run. Don't.
Oh, God.
The man
Alright,
says
ready?
nothing.
Do we,
Yep.
my friends?
Mm-hmm. The man says nothing, just glaring out over it. From the distance, you could just barely see in the dim, overcast light, just burning white-hot orbs for eyes,
Oh, God.
just surveying the crowd. The crowd expects words, something, some manner. Even the Jarl seems a little surprised at the silence. Then, well then, man of action. See to it that you return to your homes. Count your loved ones. Keep yourselves safe.
Someone
For
has to say
danger.
something.
For danger lurks in every potential corner. Something happens in that moment that's almost too fast to follow with the eyes. The figure wearing the Jarl's face writhes and breaks free of their restraints, revealing their true unmasked face.
No.
As two knives go out into the throats of two of the Reichman.
Oh.
They're really making a show of this.
The changeling assassin charges right at the judge.
Oh.
Sword drawn, leaping. Crying out with a tongue too swollen to form words.
No. Oh, God.
Cabral. He doesn't stand there and take it. He doesn't retaliate immediately. There's simply a burst of flame. White hot, too bright for the eyes to follow. The light lasts for several seconds. The sound of sizzling and burning.
Jenna stares right into it.
When it fades, Cabral and the assassin are no longer standing where they were. Your eyes track for a moment. Then they look up.
Oh.
Flying on burning, radiant wings like the sun.
Oh.
Cabral floats over the city. True image of an angel of judgment. And in his outstretched, tightly clasped head, around the back of a burnt skull, is the assassin. Which he then promptly drops, falling down into the streets below.
It wasn't anyone we recognized, right?
Not that you could see, but it was a decent ways off.
They were in their full changeling form, unless we intimately know
Yeah,
they're
I
changeling.
saw their true face. Was that anyone I recognize?
Which you were aware of.
Okay.
Can, as the figure is falling, can Hildegard track it?
Yeah.
Right? Because she wants to know where the body fell.
Yep. Funny enough, it actually lands kind of right in that little empty space between the perimeter the guards are creating and the parapet.
Hmm. Perfectly right.
He gently floats down, touching down next to the Jarl, who you rapidly see have to move and shuffle away from him because you see his skin begin to burn. The wings fade away. Gabral simply looks out and goes, "The work begins tonight. We will scourge that which does not belong." He turns and walks back into the keep. The rest of the Reich following and picking up the two of their own dead. The Jarl follows suit, and then the guards tell the crowd to disperse.
Dispersing
that-
my ass right to my fucking carriage. I'm out of here.
Kill the guard.
Yes.
Yenna's not moving.
Oh, you're going to have to move.
She's staring.
Because I'm sorry to say this, but it's not about you anymore. It's about everyone you had contact with the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we might have to help evacuate some people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that body's probably beyond speak. I was hoping it wasn't. Oh.
Yeah, you can see it's charred bones, and that's about it.
That- At that point, like, where are they taking the dead guards? That's the other.
They went back into the keep,
Yeah.
which has been promptly shut once again.
Okay. And she's going to, full on body. She's trying not to make a big deal of it, but like patting.
Mercy.
Thank you. Fuck! I tried to call her Grace. I'm like, no, it's the other one. Mercy.
Grace and
Mercy
mercy.
on the right. All right. Like, she's going to speak like low, but like if anyone hears her, it's just like talking to somebody who got shell shocked. Which probably is very common among the crowd at this point. So come on, we need to get back in. It's I know it was very scary and all. Come on.
She'll go with you.
Like,
But, unless you pull her face away, it does not look away from that parapet.
She's got to just keep moving her, and when they're a little further along, she's going to when the people have moved away a bit as they disperse. She's going to turn to Laug and whisper to him, "Can you circle that keep and see what they do with the Reichsmen's bodies?"
He nods and takes off.
It's like, unless they bury them inside,
Well,
they have to come out sometime.
Well, I fear they're going to do the same thing we saw last time there were dead Reichmen. Just bring them back to life.
That seemed very specific to that one dude. I'm
Yeah,
not 100%
so
this guy can do it.
Oh yeah, like I don't think that's in this dude's repertoire. They might just hold on to the corpses because we know they're in the area.
Yeah, but still, like, the idea is, like, if we can get to them, there's some pretty good saucy questions to ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
me as a paladin using my divine sense. So yeah, but you being all holy and stuff, a quick question. Why are you reading as undead? Like 90% of you.
supposedly it was true resurrection of the sort. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we need
Hildegard's,
to convene.
Hildegard's going to basically inform the rest of you guys what just happened. She doesn't know if you were there in the square or not. And then she's getting Jetta back to the entry.
Maybe
You into
don't
the
take-
velvet worm.
Yeah, don't drag her away to the air entry just
Thank you.
yet.
She's
We
moving
should
in that
just meet back
direction.
together.
Like, she informed you guys
And-
it is heading in that direction. You can definitely say, hey, go elsewhere.
Yeah.
As we're going by, her grip on you pulls you towards the velvet worm.
Just eyes darting. Okay.
Where are you?
Velvet worm.
Very well. We'll meet
Yeah,
you
we'd
there.
probably end up meeting like here.
Yeah, you guys would run
Like-
into each other on the way for that.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like trying to hook. It's like trying to get two groups to meet up again at like Red Fair or something. It's like, where are you? I'm over at the Axeloid booth.
No, the other axe throwing booth.
I'm kicking ass.
The one with the Viking.
There's so many Vikings. It's a Red Fair. You have to be more specific.
Doesn't narrow it
The one that
down.
looks, the one that looks more Saxon.
Oh god, it's 2 weeks from Ren Fair season here.
Contact
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
We need to get
And
him out of the
Vast
city.
will use the sorcery points to send a sending to Wick going. I assume you saw that spectacle. We need to get you and anyone else out of town soon. Where can we meet?
All right. The answer is short, quick, and to the point. Is if you go to the Enclave or to any of us, that's the first place they'll look. That's what they want. Lay low, get out of here.
Can't reply to that unless I use unless I use an actual spell slot.
And they do got a point.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're probably watching everybody like hawks to see where they're going.
Where the crowd
Mhm.
scatters, because that just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
we're a bunch of adventurers. We just saw a fucking manslaughter happen.
Like, us
that
making a point to gather is not weird.
Yeah.
yeah. But the point of they're going to want to watch where we go does change Jenna's mind
Yeah.
about going into the velvet worm.
We need to go back to the guild hall, pick up a thing to give us an actual legitimate reason to be scrambling out of here that fast, even though I know they're probably going to figure it's because of that. But it will still give us some leeway.
I mean, there's plenty of people who don't like the Reich, and there's probably more than a few changing locations who are.
Most adventurers, from what I can tell, don't like the Reich.
They'll probably give us a slide because they know how adventurers feel about them. And we're going to get the work that we can get now that we know this is happening before it's all taken away.
Mm-hmm.
That's an excuse that we can use.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I should just sell what I have to the Oathbound.
Yeah,
but
because half of us were trying to still investigate that Snallygaster.
If we leave,
I think I might just
Back
still
up.
stop by and leave
they
what
might not let us leave Vesk.
They said
No, I
nothing
mean-
about a lockdown. They only said a curfew. And they know adventurers will leave.
I don't know.
I was just saying, I go to the Citadel, turn in what they might have been interested in, say, get back to me if you want this. Check back in later. Especially with that Snallygaster.
Yeah, you're telepathic. You can do sending. They probably know have a spending scroll or something. We can get that information on the road.
Yeah, I
I'm
think I
going
actually saw a couple of sending scrolls on the shelves when we were looking through.
I'm going to be honest, Vask. I'm not expecting that Snallygaster to be there.
No, I'm talking about the stuff that we were going to turn in before the Snallygaster showed up and
Oh, right.
made those lower priority, like the Bellspawn larva, the other bits and bobs.
You need to get your glove, Vesk.
Oh, she's working on it, and she says she can actually transport it to me when it's finished. So we are good on that. On that. Now it's just waiting for her to work on it.
Need to get
So
no. You need to get to our room. Not out here. Not out here.
we're saying this all in our heads.
I know.
I'll get the horse. I'll get the horse and birds ready then.
I have Laug watching the building in case there's any movements and to see what happens to the bodies of the Reichman.
All right.
I'll take a look at the list of jobs and find the one the farthest away from this place as I can get.
All right.
Her mental voice is the most serious and focused you have ever heard it.
If you can't find one, we can always cite the Necromancer.
Yeah, we do have pre-existing things.
And he's in the north, far away from this shit.
Mm-hmm. And Grental is opposed to the Reich, right?
At this exact moment, yes.
They have
Especially
endless
since they don't
fighting.
like Breedland.
No, you can't come on my
Right,
life again.
Grental and
Keep shoving
Breedland
your
are
nose in
like
my mouth.
rivals.
Yeah, essentially two different brother lines of blood who both claim to be in charge of the place.
Yep.
I'll rate a stone.
Although-
for that one,
If the Reich are watching us, that may make us even more, even more notches in the suspicious category. It's like, oh, they fled Alpunch as soon as it fell into our control to go flee towards Grand Hall.
They've been in control for a while. It's when they started, murdering people and, conducting Inquisition shit. They left.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of something. Actually, well, going back to the errantry, Bask will say, "Yeah, I want to get out of here before people start asking me for help in this." I don't like to talk about it, but I kind of got my fame because I discovered a legitimate Northwind infiltrator.
No offense, but we could lean on that as a good grace if suspicion's thrown at us.
Yes, it's just I do wonder how much the other two judges may have told this one.
and how much you'll care.
You can't trust him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, obviously.
You with your own experiences, you also remember Esther's words back in Ibrana. She didn't speak of Gabral as though he was a person at all. She spoke of him like he was a creature. A scourge, a living brand. Something that just liked to burn things because he liked it.
That about lines up with what we saw.
Yep.
I can always say that we're going the opposite way that we actually are.
Do we still plan on heading north?
Yeah.
Could we see the Breedland map real quick?
Absolutely.
Nothing stops us from going out the south gate and then circling back around.
So,
Does anything happen before we get to the errantry?
Make a perception check as you start approaching into the adventurer's quarter, passing through the markets.
I guess
Alrighty.
the next closest thing would be trying this missing person quest by
Top
Mastermind.
20.
Yeah, I can say that we're going for this one, and then we'd be going north, and we could just go off this way.
I mean, we could also try finding the missing person.
Yeah, I mean, it's on our way.
There's also these giant ruins.
Gotta be honest, every day that passes with a missing person, it's less likely to find.
Well, we could still look.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Maybe.
they've been having tea parties with the Sun Eater. Who knows?
Yep.
Well, I'm just
Top-
writing down
top
that we're
20?
going this way, so that it gets like suspicion off of us for leaving so fast.
You'd still be heading by Dredgen.
Yeah, we can go wherever we want, as long as we go north.
Huh?
Now, our folding boat in its bigger form isn't big enough to carry our cart, right? Even if we like
No.
Oregon Trail it.
It would not be
The-
quite big enough for that. It's a weight issue more than a dimension issue.
Yeah. Okay.
But with that soft 20 VV, anything?
People are on edge. People are moving here and about. You definitely get the vibe that this is the exact eventuality a lot of people were pent up about. You don't see as much zealous, hell yeah, they're going to set things right energy from this crowd as you think you thought you might have.
That's good.
But you can also see over there by all the gatehouses, there are a lot more guards stationed around them than there were before.
Uh,
Which
We
is
should
why
also just, in general, see what Troutbone might have.
which is why we should leave semi-legally.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
but
Well,
okay.
Should
Um,
I split off to take the pieces to drop them off to the Citadel and re-meet you at the entry?
no.
What then?
Talk to you all.
Okay.
Stick in our heads.
You guys would have arrived around back at the air entry by this point.
Okay.
You can just head to your rooms without much of any fuss or anything beyond that. So, you all gather in a room. You have it to
walk
yourselves.
over towards the window. Our window's facing that direction, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
She walks over and just fucking stares over there. That thing is the one responsible for making me. I am not leaving.
I think that's a pretty good cutoff point, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck!
Fucking music swell and everything.
Yeah!
I don't think anything we do can top that.
No.
Not at the moment, but